I don't know if you missed Goat King LeBron's comments about playing on Christmas, but he made very real comments. And I like how he makes the comments without coming across as complaining about playing on the day because it is about perspective. I mean, there are people out there that have to work on Christmas. They perform such key essentials. Sometimes a fire could start on any day. You need your firefighters. People could have an emergency and have to go to the hospital. So, your EMT drivers, your first responders, the people that run your electricity at the nuclear power plants, uh, law and order. If anybody, violates anyone's life, liberty, or property, you need still police need to work on Christmas. So, um, they're key everyday essentials, and so they're very key people out there that are not millionaires that have to work on Christmas. So I like the fact that Goat King LeBron James is not coming across as a spoiled, entitled, multi-millionaire athlete. Now he was being quite frank, like everybody from the firefighters to the first responders to the police, they all would much rather be at home with their families on Christmas, but that's the work that they signed up for. They understand what they signed up for when they first got into those jobs. I'd much rather be at home with my family, said James. But I mean, it's the game. It's the game I love. It's the game I watched when I was a kid on Christmas Day, watching a lot of the greatest play the game on Christmas. It's always been an honor to play it. Obviously, I'm going to be completely honest. I would like to be home on the couch with my family all throughout the day. But then here comes the last part where he's not coming across as being entitled, and he understands his role as the face of the league to help the league get its business, get its bag on Christmas. Then he closes out and he says, but my number is called, our number is called, meaning our number, the NBA, our number as an association. That's what he means by our number. But my number is called, our number is called, so we have to go out and perform, and I look forward to it. So he understands his role as a key face in the NBA, that the fans have a chance to see their favorite players on Christmas. They put the top faces in the league on Christmas, SGA, Wemby. I think we got Nuggets in there. I think we got Warriors in there. So basically, Goat King LeBron James understands that the NBA is one of the highest rated individual days in the whole season. So he understands that, for the NBA to make their money, especially on this big day like Christmas, they have to go out and perform. So I like the fact that he keeps things in proper perspective, but our number's still called. We have to go out and do it. And I like how he doesn't sugarcoat the fact that he'd much rather be with his family. Now, this wasn't like the Phil Jackson quote years ago where he's basically complaining, like, why do we have to work on Christmas? He basically complained about having a coach on Christmas. Let's see if the quote pops up. And this is okay. I find 2010. I find something here in 2010. Now Phil Jackson completely comes across as being entitled with this quote. I think he's a Christian, but I mean, I remember his comments, and it doesn't add any other perspective. Go Kinban just said that our number is called. We got to go out and do it. Phil Jackson goes on and complains about workout. Phil Jackson, this is what he said. I don't think anybody should play on Christmas Day. Now, does he think that no police officer should be on duty on Christmas Day? Does he think that no nurses or no EMT should be available on Christmas Day? No firefighters should be able to be working on Christmas Day. So Phil Jackson, on the other hand, unlike GOAT King LeBron James, Phil Jackson came across as entitled. So I found the Phil Jackson article, and this is what he said. So that first part, like, I don't think anybody should play on Christmas Day. Let's ask Phil Jackson if he thinks anybody should be at the nuclear power plant allowing our electricity to run. So it's like Christian holidays don't mean to them anything anymore. It's not about not celebrating Christian holidays. This has nothing to do with being for or against a religious establishment. This is basically a chance to make money, basically, is what it is. What it comes down to is business. I think the whole commercialization of Christmas is basically business, so these companies can get rid of whatever inventory they have at the end of the year. So this over-commercialization of Christmas coinciding with the end of their fiscal year. So I mean, Christmas hasn't really been overly Christian. It's been overly commercialized, if you ask me. Okay. I forgot this part. I guess he said, it's really weird, but it's what it is. We have to go to work and make the best of it. I mean, these guys need to add some perspective. I mean, these guys are very privileged to make multi-million dollars a year in salary. So you can easily suck it up and play on Christmas or coach on Christmas when you're paid multi-million dollars a year. It's a little harder to celebrate Christmas if you're on the road, but if you're at home, you can celebrate the holiday on the 24th or maybe open presents at midnight. You can just celebrate Christmas Day on Christmas Eve, basically. Like, it's a little harder to celebrate the holiday if you're on the road, if you have to travel, feel me? But if you're at home, you don't have to get on the plane or anything, then basically most of these families celebrate the holiday. They just celebrate it a day earlier than the rest of us, basically. Stan Van Gundy. I actually feel sorry for people who have nothing to do on Christmas Day other than watch an NBA game. Well, if there's some in-laws or relatives you'd rather not be around, then at least you occupy with something. I mean, but this is nothing new. This goes back how many years? 50 years. So this has always been a big part of Christmas to begin with, at least for the NBA, the NFL. They're trying to get into the game, but this has been they played on Christmas for decades now. For decades. I think the Knicks have been playing these games for well over 50 years on Christmas, so this is nothing new. Interesting. Van Gundy, a year later or so, took a more diplomatic approach. Yeah, he got fined after the comments. In no way, his haters will try to spin it like he's complaining about playing on Christmas. But if you look at the context of his quote, in no way is he complaining. He's a human being. He obviously has family. He'd much rather be with the family on the day, but he understands what his role is as an organization and as a key figure in the league and at home at Staples Center. I look forward to the GOAT in his 23rd season. The king of the NBA is got to get that W on Christmas. Are you kidding me? In his 23rd season at home on Christmas Day, long live GOAT King LeBron James. King is 23, the king from Akron. Akron 23. How does this guy not get the win on Christmas? He is starting to light up that scoreboard. He is starting to fully recover from his sciatic diagnosis back in November. The effects were still lingering even after his return. But you start seeing GOAT King LeBron James, that scoring average is up. and it was down to like 11 or 12 or 13. And basically, this means I don't think it's about getting up to game speed. I think it's just the fact that he simply uh, fully recovered from the sciatica, and he was healthy enough to play, but he wasn't fully recovered from the sciatica. So look at this. 29, 19, 26, 28, 36. Long live the GOAT. Long live the king. He not washed up. He is as great and dynamic as he ever has been, and he's found a way to adapt this game to perform at such a high level in his 23rd season, when in fact he is not in his prime any longer, but he could play multiple positions. He's not just a driver. He can pass. He can. His shooting has gotten much better, I think. His three-point shooting, we've seen some development with his three-point shooting, I think. So he's going to go out there and get the business. Two passers out there they have to account for, Luka and LeBron. It's like, who are you going to stop? And anybody who is doubting DeAndre Ayton, he has been doing the job well, and he's amongst the top ranks in many key defensive metrics. And by the Lakers' record so far, it is safe to suggest that he has definitely been that key rebounder that the Lakers were missing ever since they traded away AD. Fuck Kevin Durant. He's the reason why Kingo LeBron don't have 6 rings. He's got to beat that motherfucker on Christmas Day. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Oh, yeah. The traitor. The traitor. DFS. Dorian Finney-Smith. He ain't about championships. He's just about the money. He's a mercenary. That's a difference. If he was about the championships, you have Luka and LeBron, and you have the Lakers. Dorian Finney-Smith is, in fact, a mercenary. I could call him a traitor, but he most definitely is a mercenary. He's all about the money. He's not about the championship. So, Kid Crocs, he don't care if the Rockets don't win a championship. He got the bag. But you see, that's not what these guys are concerned about on the Lakers. They're all about the duty, the objective. You saw how they lost against the Spurs. They don't care about the Mickey Mouse NBA Cup. Look at the New York Knicks. Oh, you finally won a trophy in 50 years. And then they're going to get mocked when they don't win the East. NBA Cup champs. NBA Cup champs. I wonder who's going to be the first team to win both NBA Cup and NBA championship in the first season, in the same season. I truly hope it's Goat in the Bond next year. I truly hope it's like, cultic kind of 6 ritual where that 6th ring is approaching and they just go full assassin and destroy everybody, and you win virtually every competition. You win the Pacific Division, you win the NBA Cup, and you win the NBA Finals. So I hope that Goat King LeBron is certainly. I hope he's the first player. The Lakers are the first team to win an NBA Cup and an NBA championship in the same season. Didn't come easy for the Thunder, did it? NBA Cup has certainly the ability to handle do or die elimination basketball. I think it has helped the Indiana Pacers grow, develop as a young team, and make it to NBA Finals. We'll see how this impacts the Knicks' ability to close out key opponents in the East. But I think if the Knicks really played the Magic, then I think that's a rematch in the making. A Knicks Magic in the playoffs. Oh, yeah, certainly. I do think doing well in the NBA Cup certainly helps your ability to do better in elimination games. But I just think it's a mocking ritual of the Knicks, where they choke again in the conference semifinals or the conference finals, and everyone mocks them for winning the Mickey Mouse Trophy. Like, I think there'll come a point in time where winning the NBA Cup and winning the championship in the same season, there's got to be some things that happen. So, like, this cup is no longer mocked. I think there's some very key benefits. I think to doing well in the NBA Cup. We have seen it uh, with the Pacers. I think